So ChatGPT has a memory feature that works really well. It is very consistent and it is able to actually look back into the history, and it knows exactly what is your current situation, and therefore it can tell you a much better information and answer. And now Gemini do come with a similar feature, and I'm going to show you how you can enable the past memory feature in Gemini AI. So just navigate to Gemini. You can use the web and also the mobile app version of Gemini, and then go to settings, click personal contacts, and here there is a section called your past chats with Gemini. Just enable it. And by the way, right now when I'm recording this video, this feature is only available for the 2.5 Pro, and also it will be available maybe very soon for the Live and the 2.5 Plus model. So just enable this feature. And also I do recommend to open Gemini apps activity, because that's another thing that you have to make sure that it is enabled. Otherwise, if this is off, then you cannot let Gemini to see the previous conversations in other sessions. Now I'm going to start a new chat with Gemini, and here I'm going to tell Gemini that I just bought a new phone. So this is my message. Hey, I just want to let you know that I just bought an iPhone 17 Pro. Okay, that's my message. Again, I'm using the 2.5 Pro model. Let's send a message. And I'm really hoping that it will be available in the Live and also the Flash model, because they are a lot faster. And also ChatGPT has been enabling or having that feature in the Live mode as well for quite some time. So it's very disappointing that Gemini is kind of slow when it comes to implementing the memory feature. But I guess it is better than nothing. Okay, now would you like me to remember that you have an iPhone 17 Pro? Well, why not? Yes, please. Okay, so usually in ChatGPT it is a bit more automatic, because when you tell something that could be useful in the future, it will just save that into the memory. But here Gemini is basically just asking you first before confirming or putting that information into the memory. Now I'm going to open a new chat in Gemini, and sorry, not ChatGPT, Gemini, and I'm going to ask another question, and this is going to be about what is my phone. So hey, do you know what is the phone that I just bought? Okay, let's send a message. And if this thing do work, then it will actually recall the previous conversation and it will know what is the correct answer. But I do have to mention that right now, I would say the implementation. Okay, yes, based on what you told me earlier, you have Samsung Galaxy S24. Okay, this is very interesting, because in my previous conversations when I'm testing this feature, it is indeed I'm telling Gemini that I have Samsung S24. So yeah, I can confirm that it is able to know the previous conversations, but this actually not answer that I was expecting. I was thinking that it's going to give me a much more recent information. So I'm going to ask Gemini again. Okay, anything else? Right, maybe it has no idea how old or new a conversation really is. So yeah, that's one pain point in the Gemini memory. Okay, that's very interesting. That's not what I asked. Okay, let me just change the prompting. Okay, is there any other phone that I just bought recently? Yeah, this is why ChatGPT is still much bigger, even though I do love Gemini and it has some amazing features. It's also, they're very prolific when it comes to adding new features, but unfortunately, yep, when it comes to intelligence, I think ChatGPT is still a bit better. So yeah, it is still mentioning about the S24. So this is actually one thing that I told to Gemini. It is, well, correct, but unfortunately this info is not actually present into the memory, even though I just said that I just bought iPhone 17 Pro. But regardless, I think it is safe to say that the memory feature in Gemini is at least do work. It is able to access the previous chats, and maybe it can be improved in the future so it can provide us with much better and accurate information. So that's how you can enable the memory feature in Gemini. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.